Okay, this is going to be part 1 of a 2-part conversation.
Ooh.
It was a really long video, so we're going to cut it up. I'm probably going to show you guys half of the convo, and then we'll show the other half the next day or the day after that, because we went off.
Yeah.
We went
in. We went deep
into some conversations. So this is part 1. I hope you guys enjoy it, and definitely stick around for part 2.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about just being a mom and postpartum depression and kids and just all the good stuff.
There were laughs, there were tears.
Yeah.
It was all there.
Yeah, and it was a long video, so I'm going to have to cut it in half. So this is why this is part 1. Please watch, please like, and subscribe, and enjoy the video.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got our coffee. Well, she's got a Coke. I got my coffee. We're chilling in the new, not sponsored.
Of course.
MTV, not sponsored. Golden Girls, not sponsored. No. But yeah, this is kind of just a casual, laid-back video. We're going to talk about our perspective on being moms.
Yeah.
You know, I have a 1 and a 2-year-old. She has a 1-year-old, basically. She'll be 1 in a few days.
Wednesday.
Yeah. So if you watched Meeting Aspen Part 1 or Part 2, I'll link those both up here somewhere, and you guys can go check those out. That kind of got to know her a little bit better. We talked about her, how we met and our story, and like why we are friends. So if you want to know more about like our story a little bit, I would definitely go watch those videos, but we're going to get into just like motherhood and the dirty stuff that like a lot of people don't want to talk about, because it's kind of a hush-hush, you know. Moms should just be these perfect angels, and you know,
and your trials and tribulations aren't for the world to see. And I think moms are scared too, because I mean, your children are your world, and you don't want to risk anything happening to them. As weird as it sounds, like, you could do everything right, but you still are like, what could I be doing wrong that could cause something to happen, you know? And so, like, some moms are afraid to talk about their depression because they're afraid their kids could get taken away.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's really sad that, so it's something that's not talked about a lot.
And it's not, and like the thing is we have doctors who literally, when you have a baby, they put you in a ward called the postpartum ward.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is. And it's because it's a lot on a woman to do that, and then all of a sudden your life gets flipped upside down, and everything is about that baby now. Everything. You don't exist. You are not a person. I mean, that's how it feels. Like,
it's totally how it feels.
You're not a person anymore. This is that person, and like it's beautiful.
You're
and we love our children. I want to make that very clear.
Course.
We absolutely love our children, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'm just want to talk about the things and like our experiences a little bit, so that hopefully other moms out there can see like it's totally normal to feel like that. I've had actual, you know, doctors and psychiatrists and everyone tell me it's completely normal to feel that way. It's 100% okay, and it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
But then there's this stigma that we shouldn't feel this way, and we should just love our children unconditionally and just be happy to have them. And it's not that we aren't. It's just like we have these feelings too of sadness, and I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's, of course your child is your world. They are all you eat, think, breathe all day about. I mean, I don't make any sort of move that I'm not thinking about my daughter. And every parent, most parents are that way, but there are things that you still go through that aren't perfect. And there are days where I am cursing her out in my mind, where I'm frustrated and I am struggling to keep it together and not lose my cool on a 1-year-old. You know, like, those things are normal. I'm not abnormal for feeling that way. There's plenty of other moms that feel that way. She does. I have plenty of friends that talk about that. But people don't want to talk about that, especially on the internet.
Yeah.
People expect you know, you have this kid, you have your children, and regardless, they are the biggest blessings, which is true. But that's where it kind of ends.
Yeah.
But like that's not it at all.
Yeah. Like, we're just supposed to be just like these perfect moms and breastfeed and You know, there's all this mom shaming, like, oh, you don't breastfeed, and all. I mean, there's just so much mom shaming out there that it's absolutely ridiculous. And
Seriously.
yeah, you know, like if you meet another mom who's breastfed and only feeds their baby, you know, soy milk, and I mean, it's just like
always tends to be a competition.
it's a competition, and it's not a competition, you know. Like I give my kids mac and cheese and applesauce like 9 times out of 10 because that's what they like, and I have so much going on. It's just. I'm not a bad mom for that. They eat it.
They're healthy.
And they're happy and they like it. And I feel like there's other moms out there who, you know, might have their shit together more or something, and they're feeding them like all natural fruits and vegetables, and like they have the time to chop it all up and make these like little meals. I can't do that, okay? Like, this is real life. I am not about that. Like, I'm lucky if I get a cooked dinner and get like a meal out on you know, every night. It's like, okay, let's just order some takeout, or sometimes it's just easier to do that, and that's the reality of it, and we shouldn't be shaming moms because of that, or made to feel bad, and it's like engraved in my brain.
100%.
And it's like, you know, if I don't, like, let's say I don't cook dinner for 2 nights in a row, and we have like frozen pizza one night and then maybe McDonald's the next night, in my head all night I'm like, I'm a piece of shit.
I
Like,
totally get that.
I should just have cooked dinner. Like, I should have thought out a roast and threw it in the crock pot. Like, all of this stuff goes through my head, and it like really can affect your mental state.
Yeah. I mean, just like showing up to families' houses and I'll pack some dinky applesauce puree and puffs. And I've had the comment, you can't just feed your kid puffs.
Yeah, me too.
And
I've
it's
had
like,
that comment before.
Yeah, that's all my kid eats. Come on. Like,
right.
Not only do they not see other things I do, but like, if that's all I have on me right now is some applesauce and puffs, what is that of your business? Like, my kid's healthy. I'm giving her what I know she will eat.
Right.
And she'll go home and have a meal later. But, like, you know what? There's always judgment.
Always.
Every move you make, it's being judged.
Right. Because there's
Constantly.
someone out there who's, you know, said or done all of those things a different way. And so they're going to think what your way is wrong. And that's not the case. Everyone does it differently. And there's no handbook on being a perfect mother. There's not, okay?
Ugh,
and
no.
and I feel like I'm lucky that my kids are alive every day. I mean, I'm just trying to keep them alive. Like, I'm just like,
it's so true though.
How am I doing it? I have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. I don't think, unless you have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old who are both walking and running around right now, literally don't think you will ever understand. Like, maybe if you have like a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, you know what I mean? Like, if you have 2 toddlers at the same time, you'll understand where I'm coming from. But if you don't, and you're just like, oh, it can't be that bad. Bitch, try me.
To talk.
Try me, okay? Like, seriously, it's not. It's literally hell on earth. One's always up to something, going crazy, destroying something, and I'll get that one calmed down, and I turn my back, and the other one's doing it. And it's constant.
It's never ending.
It's never ending. The house is always messy, and I'm always just picking up behind them. And I have like severe OCD and anxiety. Like,
yes, and I do too.
It's so bad that like I can't go to bed at night without my house being clean.
It's like, not like I have to make my bed perfect OCD. Like, it's legitimate diagnosed OCD that we both have.
Yeah, like I have.
It's not just like, that picture's crooked like everyone thinks.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. It's like my brain will not shut off.
No.
Or will let me relax until I do my tics.
You
which
have
I call
like a
them,
pit.
Yeah, I call them my tics.
No, I call them tics too.
Yeah, they're in my head and it's in my stomach, and I'm like, it literally hurts me, like physically hurts my head to lay there and try to fight it. I cannot.
Oh,
because my husband will lay there and be like, it's fine, babe, leave it.
He does. Yeah, mine
it's
does
fine,
that
just
too.
leave it. It'll be okay. I'll get it in the morning. I cannot do it. Like, and I've had these talks with him. And now he understands. It took a few years, especially after having the kids. He was like, this is your only time to relax. Like, lay down and relax with me. And he can relax and, like, lay there. Yeah. I cannot.
No.
Like, my brain does not shut off. Like, I am, like, freaking out, you know? So, and it's also because I think if I don't pick up the house and I don't have a clean house, then I'm a bad mom. And so those thoughts are in the back of my head,
even
too.
if no one's going to see it. But, it's literally engraved in our brains that everything has to be perfect and in order.
Yeah. And that does not help my OCD at all.
At
so
all.
it's just crazy. I'm crazy. And then I know
Not
that kind of went
crazy.
off topic a little
Yeah,
bit.
sorry, I totally
No,
did
but
that.
it's the truth though, because I think mine's gotten way worse since being a
Oh,
mom.
100%.
Like, I get so frantic about things, and I had a comment once. I'm not going to say who it was or anything like that, but I had a comment made about my diaper bag one time. That my diaper bag was a disaster, and it was disgusting, is what the comments were told to me. And ever since then, I'm so hypersensitive about my diaper bag.
That makes me want to cry. That's horrible.
Even if I like had it the day before and everything's perfect in there, and then the next day comes and I need to take it with me, I have to empty everything out, fix it all, and put it all back in place. Even if it was all in there fine to begin with, because my OCD now, it's like now I have another tick to deal with because someone had to make a comment to trigger me. And now I'm obsessive about it. I'm like literally obsessive about it. And I had another comment made about my bottles smelling like not rinsed all the way out from the dishwasher. And like, okay, so if you wash a bottle and then it's not completely dry before you put it away, it can have like that weird like musty smell. But I always rinse my bottles out before I put anything in them.
Oh,
anyways.
I always
try to make sure they're always dry when I put them away, but it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't have time to be
drying every single one out.
Especially as a mom.
Yeah, but
and
now,
that's why we rinse them when we take them out.
Yeah.
Is to make sure everything's all good.
Yeah, but now it's like I'm super hypersensitive about
that's
that
horrible.
too. Yeah,
and that's something you have to think about.
Yeah.
And now, and even if I were to say, that's ridiculous, that's fine. You don't have to. You will.
Always.
It doesn't matter. I shouldn't say the comments that people make to a mother, it stays with you forever. We can say whatever, but it stays with you forever. Little comments like that, like the puff comment, that stayed with me. You can't just feed your kid puffs.
Yep.
And it was like, who are you to... I would never just feed my child puffs.
Right.
But why would you say something like that? Like, that's all I do.
Especially
Just because that's
like
all you've seen her eat when I come over to your house.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to feed my kid a full-blown meal at your house. She'll eat at home.
And she's probably not comfortable to eat there anyway. She wouldn't eat. She's so excited. There's other stuff going on.
It's
like,
just
you
those
know your
comments
daughter.
they're horrible. And everything is taken so heavily as a mom because you are under a microscope for the whole world. Every person that you come across and they see you with your child, there is judgment made.
Always.
And there is comments made half the time. And that sticks with you. It sticks with you so hard.
Yeah.
And there are things like that for me too, that and especially with OCD tied into it.
Yeah.
Forms another tick. I mean, I can get a new tick formed so easily.
Oh, yeah.
And it's an instant obsession.
Yeah.
And
the diaper bag's a bad one.
Like I have things like that with my home.
Yeah.
That people had made comments at my old place. I lived in a really tiny place.
Tiny.
And some people
made...
made...
700 square feet.
So small. We just moved out of that a few months ago. But
Yay.
like... Yeah, it's so much better now.
Yeah.
But there were comments made that formed horrible obsessions in my mind. So...
Oh, yeah, I know. She's not exaggerating, because her best friend, who does not give two shits what her house looks like, she apologizes about everything. I come over and she's like, I'm so sorry that the floor is dirty. I look at the floor, it's not even dirty. She just trips out in her head, and for me as her best friend, and she knows she doesn't have to worry about it with me.
No, not at
I'm
all.
like, dude, it's fine. She still is stressed, and I can see it in her body language and in her head. I can see her freaking out about it. So there's been times where I come over and I'll pick up her floor for her just so she'll chill out, because I can tell it's messing her up, and she gets stressed. I went into her bathroom one time and she's like, sorry, the bathroom's dirty, and it was spotless, but she just has these things in her head where she thinks, even though it's me and she knows I'm not judging, it's you are just so worried about what other people think.
Yeah, it doesn't go away for anyone. It
doesn't. And that's why I have anxiety with people coming to my house.
Oh, yeah.
Because my house has to be perfect.
Yeah, I don't let people come over.
Yeah.
She's the only person that comes and visits.
Yeah, and you guys are the first people to ever stay here. And it was, I still clean my house, but that's because I'm crazy. But it wasn't perfect, and like my upstairs is trashed right now, and that's fine, and I'm okay with it, like more than I would normally be. You know, if like anybody else was here, I would be.
You'd be constant.
I'd be a manic mess.
Yeah.
I would be so manic. I would be. Me and my husband would have gotten into 8 fights by now. I mean,
Yep.
and that's what triggers it, is because I get so manic and so stressed about everything that he can't handle it, and he's all like, "You need to chill out." You know,
it does.
and then,
it causes problems with his significant other.
yeah, because
it's
I'm
hard.
like, he doesn't understand, and I'm like, they're you know, and he's just like, it's fine, and I'm like, it's not fucking fine, you know, and I like lose it, and I feel bad because I like take it out on him a little bit, because he's the only person like I can talk to about it in that moment, but he doesn't understand it. Sometimes I just want him to be like, okay, what do you need me to do, you know, but he doesn't understand it because he doesn't see it.
Yeah,
so
that thought process isn't there.
No, it's not. And, you know, if it's like his family or my family, they're like, they don't even notice, they're not judging, and it's like, it's not even if they are or not. It's, I want it to be perfect.
Yeah, that thought doesn't go through my mind, like, they don't notice or they won't
because
judge.
they do. I'm
because
sorry.
we know that they do.
Yeah, they do.
But, like, regardless, I'm noticing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I'm judging, so I want to make sure
because it's all in our head. We got these thoughts in our head, like, everything has to be perfect, so it's fucking us up.
And this all... I mean, I've always had, like, a cleaning thing, but it's so much worse since kids. Like, this is all,
much worse.
It all ties together back to the motherhood thing, which comes hand in hand with anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
These things consume you as a mother, because, especially being a stay-at-home mom, like, you have a job, but, like, part-time, but there were times where you didn't. You're a complete stay-at-home mom, and I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past year, so...
It makes you feel like everything should be perfect because you're home.
Everything's so heightened because you don't leave the house hardly like you ever did before.
Yeah, you think, okay, well, I'm here all day, so there's no excuse for it not to be done.
Oh, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, but then
you
when
are
it's
home
not
all
done,
day.
and then you feel like a failure.
Yeah, and that's horrible, because I've had someone come to my home before and say, "You're home all day. What is your excuse? What is your excuse? What is the reason? Why can't dinner be made?
On my
you know, your husband gets home at 9 at night. Why can't dinner be made? Why can't the home be?" And it's like, what you don't see is we wake up and breakfast, then a mess that I cleaned up. And then playtime, toys that I cleaned up after. Then lunch that was a mess that I cleaned up. And then our dinner, because he gets home at 9, is a mess that I cleaned up. You didn't see those 5 messes and bedtime and all those messes that were filthy that I cleaned up.
And then by the end,
and then at night, after bath time, and that was all a mess. Then it's like, I've already cleaned up 10. Like, I want to relax.
Yeah.
And then dinner for the husband, that's just not even an option at that point. It's like, or for myself, and I don't eat at any point during any of that.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly doing things.
Yeah.
It's not like we get to sit home and watch TV all day, but people really do think that stay-at-home moms have it like luxury living.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful that I get to be a stay-at-home mom.
Me too. 100%.
I literally feel like I am the luckiest woman on earth that I get to be at home with my child.
Yeah.
And my husband is able to support us with just one job.
Yeah.
That is unreal.
Right. Yeah, I choose to go to work for my own sanity.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't have to work. I can
you do it to get out of the house.
Yeah, I do it to get out of the house.
100%.
Because if I didn't have my job to just be able to leave, I would never leave. And I started to go crazy. Yeah. You'll get there.
Oh, I will. I know I will, because
there.
It's already getting to
that
point.
I had to get a part-time night job, just a few hours, a few nights a week. I literally work 2 to 3 nights a week for a few hours a night. And it's just for me to have a social life.
Yeah, 100.
And I know I'm going to work, but it's still like, I just get to get out of the house. I have something to
interact with people, and do your makeup, and feel pretty. And
I get to just do something. And like, because I did get in a slump of being a stay-at-home mom, and I was losing it. And I was in like a very small house too, and it closed in on us really fast.
It was like the same size. It was so small.
I got cuckoo. I mean, I went cuckoo, so I had to do that. But I'm so grateful to be a stay-at-home mom too, and it's so
I don't want
amazing.
people to think that it's like
no, it's
a horrible thing, because it is a blessing. God, it's a blessing.
But the thing is we're not laying around all day. We're not, okay?
I wish. God, I wish.
Me too. I try. I'm like, oh well, I'll just lay here and watch TV and let the kids run around. It lasts literally 10 minutes.
It's
maybe.
funny.
Yeah, it's
literally funny.
And in those 10 minutes, I'm not watching TV. I'm like
making sure they're not dying.
listening, and then I'm like, I can't hear them. Something's going on. If there's silence, something's wrong. Okay.
Oh, silence is never.
Yeah, and you'd think like silence. It's like, oh, it's
enjoy
quiet.
it. Nope.
No, if it's quiet, panic. Okay?
They're pooping behind a chair with their pants off.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
They're doing something. They're unwrapping the vacuum cord and going for a plug-in. They're doing something.
Oh,
okay.
God.
And it's like I can't trust them. So
No.
I don't sit down all day, and then. Yeah, and even JT, my husband, has been guilty of saying it. Like, he comes home and he's like, "Well, you were home all day." Like, not saying it like I didn't clean or something. Saying it like, I haven't sat down, because I'll be like, I haven't sat down all day. He's like, "We were home all day."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I did not sit down.
Like, no, I really did.
Yeah, and now he gets it. But in the beginning, he was like everyone else. He thought like, oh, you just get to lay around all day. And with one baby, like when Ace was first born, I did get to just lay around on him.
Yeah, there is more.
Like on my chest. But once, like now
especially
Leah's older,
newborns.
now that she's like crawling and stuff, it's
she's all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. They don't want to lay down and just like cuddle with you.
Yeah.
And especially like with Charlie, my second, I wish I would have been able to lay on the couch and cuddle with her. And like that eats me up. That eats me up as a mom.
Because you had a toddler and you weren't.
I had a toddler, and I couldn't spend that bonding time with my second that I got to do with my first. And it fucks me up, you guys. Like, I always think about it, and I'm always so like, sad. I'm a bad mom. Like,
You're not.
I favored Ace. I got to do all of these things with him. And then, like, Charlie's born, and she didn't get to do any of that with me. She didn't get a cuddle. She didn't get a cuddle with me. She literally, and like, the thing is, why it bothers me so much is she doesn't like to cuddle.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like to, like, lay on my chest or do any of those things that Ace did, And I don't know if it's because she never got to, so she just, like, doesn't even know what it is, Because, like, I'll hold her and, like, I'll try to, like, love me, and I'll, like, hold her, like, just come on, just lay with me. Like, I'll try to, like, get her to nap on the couch with me instead of putting her in her room, in her crib to take a nap. I'm like, you can lay with me on the couch, cuddle me. She doesn't
get that.
She can't. She doesn't understand it. And that makes me sad. Because she didn't get to ever, like, do that with me. So
it's nothing you did wrong, though.
So she's just so independent. She's
just a very independent child.
She's so attuned. Like, she's very, very routine. She, like, you put her in her crib, you lay her down, she goes to bed, which I'm so thankful for. Like, thank God. Like, I got really lucky, like, with her. She just was okay with being in her crib, and she just, once you lay her in there, she goes to sleep every time. She's fine.
Yeah, but as a mother, you want that bonding. Yeah. And you want that, I get it.
And I get it. And that's another thing. It's like, society is like, you can't sleep with your kids, or you can sleep with your kids. There's all this shit that goes on. Yeah, and I don't. And it's like, we have different things.
We've done things a lot different. Yeah. Parenting style?
Yeah, I slept with Ace for a while when he was born, but then I broke that because I was terrified, because I actually have a family member who lost a baby like that. So I got scared of that. So I had a family member who lost a baby to SID, so I got so scared. So I made my kids sleep in the cribs, but I don't know. We do have different parenting styles, but we don't judge each other for it. There's nothing.
Never.
There's not like, oh, you're doing something wrong or you're doing something right. Like, I'll tell her why I do the way I do, and she tells me why she does the way she does, and that's fine. That's whatever works.
Like, there's little things, like even just bath time, like little things that you will let, or that Charlie does, and you're okay with, that I'm not, or vice versa, you know. So it's never like, are you gonna let her keep doing that? It's always like, okay, Aaliyah, no, you're not gonna do that. Yeah, exactly. But it's never in a condescending way. Like, I even said that tonight. Yeah, because Charlie had a cup that
I let Charlie
was in the bath.
The bath water.
She wasn't drinking it, but she was playing with it in her mouth. Yeah. But I'm
sure she gets some in her mouth.
No, well, yeah, and with 2 kids too, you're much more laid back. But it's my first kid. And I'm such a germaphobe that I'm really, really bad at this. This isn't just like what you would think a germaphobe, like it's beyond whatever should be, but like that freaks me out. And not just that they were in the bath together, I wouldn't let Leah do that in her own bath, because I have such a weird thing of her getting sick, And you know that. Like,
yeah.
it's a constant,
Well, that's why
fear.
she's probably going to get sick, because you don't introduce her to
Exactly.
germs,
And it's horrible. Like I said, it's way beyond what it ever should be.
Yeah.
And what I was getting at was tonight, I even said, no, we're not going to do that, Aaliyah. But I even specifically said, like, I didn't mean that in a condescending way at all.
Right.
It's just a different, like, I
and
just
it didn't
have
even
a different
faze me.
feeling about
and I
it.
just, like, I was like,
yeah, you're like, no, it's all good.
I was like, it's good. Like, I gave up. You know, like I
that's
don't.
just her thing.
Yeah,
you know, like
I don't.
Your kids.
I give some, I take some. I literally.
No,
like,
you have to pick your battles.
Yeah.
And with 2 children, she has battles that she can't fight. Like, I see it where you're just like, the kids are running around crazy and you have to get shit done, and you're like, I can't be sitting here policing them while I'm trying to get things done. Whereas me, with 1 child, it's much easier for me to do that. And I can't even imagine having 2 toddlers and acting the way I do now.
Yeah, no, it's
I wouldn't be, because you were a lot like that when you just had Ace.
Yeah,
and I feel like I got a lot of that from the way you were with Ace.
Yeah.
Because that was the first, like, up close and personal parenting situation I had ever seen.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I got a
Ace
lot of
was,
that.
I was all in Ace's business. Ace was always, you know, and I was very nervous about germs, and I was.
And that's totally
first time mom.
I think it is a first time mom.
Yeah,
thing,
everything.
for sure.
If you see those memes, like first time mom, they have like all of the stuff they're carrying out of the house. Like, have you seen that commercial? She's got like,
yeah.
do you have this? Do you have this? She's like checking all this stuff.
Clean,
and
everything's
yeah, all this stuff, and they're like leaving, and then like the second time, or like 2 kids, and then she's all like, shoes on, let's go. Like, has like a bag of crackers. Like, that's
literally like us, though, because you're just like, if you had 2 kids, like, you just wait.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it is. It's like, but there's no judgment there. She's like, you're a first time mom. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I told her.
But
I was
she
like,
knows.
I get it. I was there. I've done it.
Yeah. But you know that,
And
like, with 2 children, it's gonna be different. Like, I will end up that way.
Oh, yeah.
That's just inevitable.
Yeah, and then we'll sit here again and talk about it. And
Exactly.
be like, holy shit, dude.
I can't believe I was that way.
Yeah.
How was I possibly that way? Because
Yeah.
I know it'll be that way. Just from a year ago, how much things have changed.
Yeah, how much more lax you've gotten.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
and
unreal.
it just gets more lax, because you just finally give up. I mean, you literally can't.
And those are things people don't want to talk about either, because a lot of people don't want to admit, like, having a second kid, you have to let things go more.
Yeah.
And they want to act like they have it all together.
Yeah.
And that they can keep the leash tight with 2 children, but you can't.
No, you can't.
And if you are able to,
please
then
tell me how.
please tell us how.
Yeah.
But also, you're neglecting something else in your life.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be neglected.
Yeah.
Because your children don't have to be on that tight of a leash. They just don't.
No.
And it's okay to be a mess. And it's okay for things to be crazy and dirty and fucking horrible sometimes. Yeah. That's okay. Like, mothers, like we've said, and we'll say it a million times, are so judged and constantly worrying about what other people think. But you are okay to be a hot mess.
It is.
And you are okay to be emotional. And you are okay to be a clean freak. And you are okay to be a mess. You don't have to be one or the other. And whatever you are, yes, that's fine. We are not here to say my way is the right way, her way is the right way. We're showing that we can be 2 totally opposite people, but both of our kids, all of our kids, are alive, healthy, happy children.
Yep.
And we do things completely different.
Yep.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
There doesn't need to be judgment there. And there doesn't need to be
mom shaming. Yeah.
And secrets. Like, I can call her and be like, today made me not want to be alive today.
Yeah.
Like, today was the hardest day I've ever had. And I know that she's not going to think, how could you feel that way as a mother?
Yeah, no.
Like, she knows that I'm not saying, Jami, I'm suicidal.
No.
Because that's not what I'm saying. And if I felt suicidal, I would tell her, which I haven't. No. But if I can call her and say, today has been the worst day of my life, and she's not thinking, how can you be that way as a mother?
Yeah, or, oh my gosh, I need to call somebody. It's not like that. I'm just like, okay, talk to me, and we'll just talk it out, and we're lucky that we have that. A lot of people don't have that.
Yeah. But postpartum depression puts you in a really dirty, dirty scary place sometimes.
Yeah, it can. That's like another thing I wanted to talk about is that all of the mom guilt and all of the, you know, expectations of being a mom. All right, this is the end of part 1.
Ooh. Did you like it?
Did you like it?
Was it good?
You're going to want to watch part 2.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
You have to hear the rest of the conversation.
Yeah, you can't just leave now.
There was too many good things.
Yeah, part 1 was great. So stick around for part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1. And, you know, share this, like it, and tell your mom friends about it.
Were you a mom friend that was sent this? Let us know.
Yeah, like this video, subscribe. I hope you guys stick around for the next one. Part 2 will be coming very soon.
Yes.
You won't want to miss the rest of the conversation we had. It gets even better, I promise. Yeah. So thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And
thanks for having me. It was so fun.
Alright, so you guys stick around for part 2. Go follow Aspen on Instagram.
Please.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.